several people dumped tons of coagulant into the city's drinking water reservoir because a nuclear missile was barreling straight toward them at full speed. They were hoping to quickly turn the water into a solid mass to keep the missile from detonating, or else the entire city would be wiped out. But after 10 minutes, the water still hadn't solidified, and the missile was getting dangerously close. Jake was about to stir the water with a shovel to speed up the solidification, but the shovel was way too short and couldn't even reach the surface. There was no time to look for other tools, so Jake made a bold call. He dove straight into the water and started mixing the coagulant with the shovel. It actually worked pretty well, but the solidifying water turned into something like quicksand, trapping Jake inside. No matter how hard he struggled, he couldn't break free. Even worse, the missile was now less than a kilometer away. If it hit Jake, the nuke would still go off. At this critical moment, his teammates called in a helicopter. They tossed down a safety rope, which Jake grabbed onto tight, counting on the chopper's power to pull him out. But against all odds, the coagulant's grip was unreal. Even at full throttle, the helicopter couldn't budge Jake by a single inch. His teammates were on the verge of panic, since time was running out. But Jake kept his cool. He grabbed the rope again and quickly dove underwater. Once he was fully submerged, he tugged on the rope, signaling his teammates to fire up the helicopter again. This time, with Jake completely underwater, there was no longer a pressure difference with the air, so the helicopter pulled him up no problem. At that exact moment, the missile slammed down right where Jake had been stuck. And that's how, thanks to some basic physics and chemistry, they saved 3 million lives, but they barely had time to celebrate. Intelligence services got some bad news. The terrorists who had just failed weren't giving up, and were now planning to drop biological weapons on the city. So how would Jake and his team handle this one?